Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host Chris. Happy Memorial Day. And today we are doing a special beer to kind of commemorate the holiday. This one is from Cigar City. I got to give a big thanks to Kevin in Tampa for hooking me up with this one. This is their charity beer they just came out with. This is their Homefront IPA. Basically what this is, in 2011, Fremont Brewing partnered up with Operation Homefront, which is a charity that donates money to veterans, and it's basically a veterans emergency fund. Basically, Fremont Brewing brewed an IPA, and all the proceeds went to that organization. So this year, a bunch of other breweries, including Cigar City, stepped up and said, hey, we want to help out too. Proceeds from this beer go to Operation Homefront, the charity. So this one, let's talk about the Cigar City version. This one came out May 24th. This one was bottled May 17th. Comes in at 6% alcohol by volume. And what makes this really special, and this is absolutely insane, this is an IPA that is fermented, aged on maple baseball bats. So I'm assuming Louisville Sluggers, since they are part of the organization that donated money to the charity. Again, this is an IPA aged on baseball bats. I've never heard of such a crazy thing. Really looking forward to it. I thought it was a good beer for Memorial Day, kind of, celebrating the military and all the sacrifices. So let me get into a glass so that you guys know how it smells, tastes, and give you the verdict on the Cigar City Homefront IPA. All right, guys, so the appearance on the Homefront IPA, it is a beautiful, hazy, golden orange. It's really, really cloudy. There was a nice 2 to 3 fingers of a really white, fluffy head on there, sticking around, really, really tight white bubbles, nice lacing. Actually, a little bit of an alcohol foot appearance in there, lots of carbonation coming off the bottom of the glass. It's a beautiful, kind of a West Coast looking IPA. All right, the aroma on the Homefront IPA. Wow, big sticky astringency, a little bit of like it's a more grapefruit rind. Very, again, West Coast, but a big astringent flavor. Definitely getting a little bit of that maple in there. It's kind of a woody, lemony, earthy type of character. There's definitely some kind of spiciness in there. It's a floral, hoppy, spicy kind of smell. There's a sweetness like a peach or an apricot. Yeah, it's really, really nice smelling. All right, guys, the taste on the Homefront IPA. Cheers. It's right at the front of the tongue. There's a huge smack of bitterness. It's a grapefruit, very piney, West Coast, astringent hop bitterness. It really opens up the tongue, middle of the mouth. You get a big kind of bready sweetness in there. Doesn't linger, it's not syrupy, but it's definitely present and helps to kind of cut the bitterness. I'm getting more of a tropical vibe, a floral kind of sweet hoppy vibe in the middle of the mouth. Also I'm getting some of that maple in there. Again, it's a woody, it's not like a barrel, it's more of a fresh kind of cut wood, sawdust, kind of a slight sawdusty kind of taste with a little bit of like a lemon kind of character to it. Super dry finish on this one, again reminiscent of a West Coast IPA. Aftertaste, more grapefruit, pine needle, a bit of that maple character. There's some kind of spice in there, definitely like a floral, kind of earthy spice. Really, really nice drinking beer, 6%. You don't taste that alcohol at all. It's a really, really fresh tasting, hop forward IPA, and that wood really just helps to add that extra element to it. Okay, so the final verdict on the Cigar City Homefront IPA, 6% alcohol by volume. This is available now, very limited edition. Guys, I'm gonna give this an A. Number one, it goes towards a really great charity. Number two, I've always said that if you're gonna make a charity beer, it needs to be something special. You can't just throw like a brown ale or a red ale together and just release it and call it a charity beer. You really have to do something special, and I think Cigar City really stepped up to this one. Not only did they brew a really, really solid IPA that probably could have been released on its own, but then they add some spices to it. And then they age it on baseball bats. Who ages beer on baseball bats? It was such a great idea, and I would have loved to see that meeting where they're like, let's age it on baseball bats. Sure, why not? You definitely get that maple character in the beer, and it just steps it up and makes it that much more special, like a charity beer should be. And I've always said that, and there's breweries out there have released charity beers, and I won't name them, that have just kind of, put out something mediocre and safe, and I don't think that's the way to go. So my hat off to Cigar City for brewing this one. Gonna get an A for me. Awesome stuff. Check it out if you can, or trade for it. Definitely worth searching out. So remember, folks, happy Memorial Day. Number one, be safe. You know, don't drink and drive, all that good stuff. And remember, folks, life too short. Have amazing beers. Cheers.